Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk after the incident. In the bathroom, Michael, Lisa, and Kevin tried to act like everything was over, but it wasn't. In the following days, all three of them noticed strange changes throughout the school. The mirrors in the classrooms, hallways, and laboratories began to develop faint cracks, just like the mirrors in the old bathrooms at first. There were only a few small cracks, but then they spread, as if something inside wanted to escape. Some other students also began to gossip. Some said that when they washed their hands in the bathroom, they heard a tapping sound from the mirror. Some claimed to see a shadow flash by for a moment. The rumors made the atmosphere in the school even more stifling. Everyone whispered about true horror stories that were gradually becoming true. Michael felt the pressure growing heavier. Every time he passed by a mirror, he avoided looking at his reflection. Lisa lived in fear, to the point of covering the mirror in her bedroom with a towel so she could sleep peacefully. But Kevin was different. Instead of being scared, he was drawn to her. Kevin was convinced that Sarah was still trapped somewhere in the broken mirrors, and he had to find a way to save her. One afternoon, after Michael and Lisa left school, they found Kevin standing in the library, his eyes glued to the mirror next to the bookshelf. He put his hand on the glass and whispered Sarah's name. This time, Michael heard a clear response, weak but resonant. Sarah's voice was trembling, pleading for help, but behind it was a cold tone that made Michael shiver. Lisa screamed to pull Kevin away, but he jerked his hand back, his eyes bloodshot. Kevin said that they were selfish, that Sarah was still alive and suffering, and that only he had the courage to free her. Michael clutched the notebook in his hand, wavering between telling the terrible truth in the final pages and keeping quiet so as not to make Kevin more hysterical. That night, Michael opened the notebook again. The yellowed pages revealed a horrifying truth. The scribbled text stated that when the ritual was interrupted, the spirit would not only reside in the original mirror, but would spread to other mirrors, connected to the place where the ritual took place. That meant that the darkness was no longer confined to one place, but could creep throughout the school, even the houses where the students lived. Michael's spine shivered. If this was true, the entire town would soon be haunted. He decided to warn Lisa immediately. The next day, Lisa confessed to Michael that she was experiencing strange phenomena at home as well. The bathroom mirror would sometimes become foggy even when no one was using it, and she would hear a soft knocking sound in the middle of the night. Michael squeezed his friend's hand, both of them knowing that the thing had begun to spread beyond the school. Meanwhile, Kevin was increasingly distancing himself from them. He seemed to no longer be himself. He talked to himself, his eyes always looking into the distance. One day, Michael caught Kevin standing in front of the mirror in an empty classroom, and the reflection in the mirror was not a normal Kevin. In the mirror, Kevin's shadow smiled a twisted smile. His eyes were pitch black, while the real Kevin was silent. That image haunted Michael endlessly. The climax came one evening, when the whole school was almost empty. Michael and Lisa heard a noise coming from the lab. They crept in and saw Kevin drawing strange symbols on the floor with chalk, placing a candle in front of the mirror. Michael shouted loudly to stop, but Kevin did not hear. His eyes were distant. His voice was steady, as if he was communicating with something inside. The mirror shook, cracks spreading like tree roots. A familiar but distorted face appeared. Sarah, with empty eyes and a strange smile, stared at the three of them. Her voice echoed throughout the room, both a cry for help and a command. Kevin moved closer, while Michael and Lisa tried to pull him back in horror. The lights in the room went out, leaving only a red glow from the mirror. The bony hand reached out again, clawing at the tiled floor. A high-pitched screech rang out, causing Lisa to clutch her ears and fall to her knees. Michael screamed in despair, trying to use the notebook to read the ritual-breaking incantations backwards, but this time, the characters on the paper seemed to shift, becoming illegible, as if an invisible hand was blocking them. Kevin almost touched the mirror. In that moment, Sarah in the mirror smiled a terrifying smile. Her eyes flashed, and the entire room shook violently. Michael knew that if he let Kevin take another step, he would disappear forever like Sarah. The story is not over yet. Stay tuned for the next episode to see what happens when Kevin decides to choose between the real world and the darkness inside the mirror.